any of you at all, so thank you all for coming. You guys have put in a lot of work, and I've even grabbed in a few extra people, so thank you for those as well. But yeah, hope you all enjoy it. And there's parts that won't make sense, but just go with it.
My son came out to me a week ago. Yeah, it was awful strange the way it happened. I mean, I had no clue what was going on. So we just left Tesco's and we bringing all the stuff out to the car. You know, their fear sorted all them bags. And gay man says to me, "Are we trying to close the boot of the car? And all the stuff nearly spilling out of it." Sure, what was I supposed to say to that? Nearly slammed my fingers in the boot, so I did. No warning. No one at all. "Are you now?" I says to him. "Yeah," he goes. Then we just stared at each other. Didn't know what else to say after that. It was real noisy in that place. All I could hear were cars roaring around the place and people shouting and trolleys bashing into each other. My head was addled, I'm telling you. He could have chosen a better time to tell me, that's all I'm saying. But I could tell by the look in his face. It was like he'd been seized by some mad impulse. Like it was a never never sort of thing. Like he couldn't hold onto it any longer. Not for a minute. Not for 1 second. How long have you been holding on to it before that? Anyway, so after all that we got in the car and drove home in total silence. There was all sorts of stuff I felt like saying to him, but my head was still too addled. I wanted to ask him, when did you first know? Is that why all them lads were giving you such a hard time in that first school of yours? Is that why you always got so embarrassed when Granny be asking about your look with the ladies? There's a lot of stuff I still haven't asked him yet. I'm still trying to get used to it, you see. It's me and I'd go home anyway. We were standing at the door and I turned around and I asked him, "Do you want me to tell you that?" And he was all, "I'll do it myself." So when we go. Mick was glued to the telly watching some football match. We hovered around at the door for a few minutes, looking real worried. Mick turns around and stares at us. "What's wrong with the pair of you?" he asks. And I spattered out. "I'm gay, Dad." Well, all the colour drained from Mick's face. "Mother of God," he shouts. "Jesus." Then he turns to me. "Patricia, what the hell?" Don't know what expecting me to do about it now. Sure, I know what to say. Then Mick turned and looked at us again. And Mick's face was hysterical. He looked like he'd have been hit over the head with a sledgehammer. Then he strides over to Aunt and I was all, "Oh jeez, he's gonna feckin' kill him." I turned my face away. I was so sure that I was about to hear Mick yelling his head off. But then I turned around again. And I couldn't believe my eyes. They were hugging. The pair of them were in tears. It was lovely in a way. So I tiptoed out of the room. They needed time to talk, I thought. And I gave them that time. Put away the stuff from Tesco's, did a bit of cleaning. Then I made a pot of tea and I went back into the telly room with it. We all sat down and we all talked. It's gas being all serious and all of a sudden. All these deep conversations, all this soul searching. We've never been so serious with each other before in all our lives. Auntie 17. Always smiling, always full of crack, always up for a laugh. He never used it for a laugh in that awful first school in his mind. He knew it was bad back then. But not how bad. He told me the other day about some of the stuff they used to be saying to him. The name calling, the threats. I felt like shite, I really did. How could I not know what was going on? How could I not realise the truth? But sure, what's done is done. No use in beating myself up over it. Sure. Didn't I take him out of that godforsaken place in the end? Didn't I put him into a better school? Didn't I do my best to make sure he was happy from then on? I was an awful idiot when he was a baby. Always doing mad stuff like taking all the stuff out of the kitchen presses and poking his fingers into electric sockets and trying to turn on the feckin' oven. He was mad. He nearly gave me a heart attack about a million times, I'm telling you. I used to spend a lot of time shouting and roaring at him and telling him not to be bold. But it's only because he used to have me worried sick. I was never really annoyed with him. Never in my whole life. I hope he knows that. I hope he knows that I'm not annoyed with him now either. I'm not angry or disgusted or ashamed. Not at all. I didn't know what to say when he first told me. I was in an awful state. But I'm doing my best to understand now, I really am. Your friend Bernadette. I was telling her about it the other day and she was all, Jesus, Patricia, you must have known. They say that, you see. They say a mother's supposed to have an instinct for these things. She asked me if I wanted to cry. Nearly cracked me whole laughing at her. Jesus, Bernadette, I says to her, when have I ever been one for the waterworks? Sure, isn't he healthy? Isn't he a good boy? A good person? Did me and his dad bring him up right? Isn't that all that matters?